Hello, handsome. Whoa, someone's flirting with me over there. Everyone tuning in from work too? I mean, that's the move. Seems like historically when I do these live streams, everyone is tuning in from work. I guess, technically I'm tuning in from work as well, So funny story about this song. There's like a local bluegrass gig here in Raleigh. It's called Beer and Banjos. It's normally at the Raleigh Times. I was their guitar player in their house band. I guess I technically still am. If any of this stuff is ever over with, I'll go back to playing that gig. The past guitar player would sing the song Randall Collins. And we would always sort of jokingly heckle him. We would shout Randall Collins, and it's kind of stuck at that venue. Some of you have probably heard this, but this is one of the Carter Vintage videos where he basically just plays a break to Randall Collins. Maybe he goes a couple times through the form. Let's check it out. Just more and more. That seems pretty doable. We can get that done. Anyone wanna be the person? Tell me what key it's in. It's now tradition. E minor or G? Yeah. See? Those are good guesses. Those are the guesses that I like. Sort of a relative major minor situation. I would probably say E minor in this case. The song is kind of a weird one though because other things happen for sure. It's got a section with an A major chord. Anyone else hear this in the kick? Something like that? Let me not forget to show you my transcribing screen so you can see what I just wrote down. Let's see what the rest of this lick sounds like. Sounds like this kind of Tony Rice tag. And then maybe a hammer-on going that direction. I have too many notes though. Let's listen again. I think that's what it is. Yeah. I believe in that. I believe in that phrase. Yeah, don't worry, man. I'm going to do these no matter what. That's kind of the weird thing about the YouTube channel. I'd be transcribing some of this stuff anyway, so why not just share it? I think that is that on here? Hello, handsome. Whoa, someone's flirting with me over there. It sounded like he shot up there. Sometimes those cross-picking patterns are so hard to hear when it's at normal speed. Let's slow that down. That's quite a bit we got done here. Just like always, by the way, I should mention, I think I forgot to mention last time, in a couple days or maybe even later tonight, I will get this tab up on the website, so you'll be able to grab it. Well, I want to make sure that it's right, so I'm probably going to go back over it, just make sure that everything's correct. But yeah, you will be able to get a revised version of this. Also, there's a handful of Billy Strings tabs that are already up there if you haven't gotten them yet. I'm trying to remember what video it was after, I don't recall, but there was a video that I posted to his fan group, and he commented and he said something nice, and we ended up talking very, very briefly afterwards on Facebook. And yeah, he sort of gave the project his blessing. He was happy that I was putting these things out there. But I never asked him about an interview, and I should probably reach out to him again, see if I could do an interview. For the most part, the stuff that I put on the website is artists that I've talked to. So when you see the Trey Hensley tabs go up, the Jake Workman tabs, the Molly Tuttle tabs, the Billy Strings tabs, those are all people that I've spoken with. I've sort of received their blessing, like, hey, put these out into the world. You know, these are great for our fan bases, yada, yada, yada. So even if it's just a couple words, I've spoken to them and they've told me that they don't hate me. So you don't have to feel bad about downloading all of these. They're sort of with the artist's blessing, which is nice. Now, very, very little of when I'm transcribing, very little of it is looking at hands. I'm mostly looking at hands for clarification. Sometimes there'll be like little weird details that you can only, like if I see Billy's hand move when he's playing a certain phrase, but I don't hear anything, I might want to look closely because maybe by seeing it, I'll be able to kind of hear what's happening a little bit better. Maybe that's not true for everyone, but that certainly is true for me. I do have a hearing loss too, so I'm maybe not the perfect person to be a transcriptionist. So a lot of little details that you can really get used to hearing. For instance, each slide move on the different strings is very like characteristic. It kind of has this specific feeling. And there's kind of cliche ways that they're used. For instance, this particular sliding up to E, this sort of drone move. I mean, it's very recognizable. The high E string droning and then sliding up to the E note on the B string. Like, ooh, that is easy to hear. Versus like this kind of sliding move on the G string. Sometimes it includes the minor third, like right here. Sometimes it does not. But that's a very recognizable, unique sound too. The same thing with this this kind of slide on the D string going down. I'll see this slide on the A string that ends up being the third of the A chord. All of those little slide things are very recognizable, so I don't really have to check them on my guitar. I'm familiar with that sound. We've kind of hit the repeat. Okay, let's listen to this real quick and let's see if we can find how different this is or if it's kind of the same thing again. Pretty similar so far. Okay, so there's lots of little details that are different, but more or less this is the same idea here. So I'm going through and I'm trying to adjust this copy and paste job to be more similar to what Billy actually plays here. Da, 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 da. Not a good start. I wasn't ready for some of the finger choices there. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, if I'm transcribing something and I can do a playthrough that sounds kind of like what I just listened to, I feel pretty good. A lot of times when you're transcribing, you're not really playing. You're just focused on these little minute moments. And, it takes you a second when you go back to play the whole thing to actually figure out how it's supposed to go. That's interesting. I feel like he's just playing this again. A little sloppy there, Billy. It's all right. Let's find 2/8 note strums of an E minor chord. There we go. We can just fill it in like this now. I like the idea of it stopping right here. I actually don't think I want to transcribe his last little noodle. Oh yeah, that makes sense. That's the whole thing, gang. We did it. There actually is just a little bit more that he plays. He goes up to the 12th fret and he plays this little kind of blues line. But it's more like he's playing it just as he's setting down the guitar rather than actually part of the piece. This feels like the real ending to me. I'm skipping out, baby. Just like always, you can get this tab at the website. Might take a couple days to get up, but we'll get it up there. Please check out all the other stuff that's out there. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate all of you hanging out for just a stream of a guy writing down music. What a world do we live in. Anyway, I'll see y'all later. Another live stream some other time. You have a great day.